Hello, awesome people. Welcome to VP's Wealth Radio Show. This is Vijay Prakash, author of Amazon #1 bestselling book, Slumdog Investor. So today is Saturday, and as per Saturday, we are going to look at Crorepati rituals. In this segment, either I'll give you a method, or I will give you a knowledge which will speed up your journey towards wealth. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing what want to talk about is the thought management. Okay, I think this is one subject which should be there in the syllabus, because if you will see all the great people in the world, all the successful people in the world, they are very, very good in terms of thought management, right? uh, we are doing a really bad job in terms of this section. Okay, so I'll give you some of the methods through which you can improve your thought management. So first method is called as the anchor thought. In anchor thought, what you do is either you take a word or a mantra and you kind of chant for 5-10 minutes when you have some important task to do, some urgent things to do. So what it does is it calms your mind and it helps you kind of center. Second method is called as the tortoise technique. In this method, what you do is, you just like a tortoise, the way it withdraws everything inside its shell, right? It squeezes its entire body inside its shell. Similarly, what we have to do is, whenever you have an important task or activity to do, you know, you can just close down your eyes and you can center on the third eye, right? This is where our third eye chakra is. And once you center there and you focus your attention on the breathing, within 5-10 minutes, your mind will calm down, right? The third method is called as a thought observation. As per the movie The Secret, we get 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day, and most of those thoughts are repetitive, right? And some of them are negative in nature. So this is where, when you start observing your thought without reacting to it, you will understand what kind of thoughts you are getting. And when you encounter those negative thoughts, there is a method called as the opposition thinking, where probably what you can do is take that thought, and if it's a negative thought, just visualize the positive outcome instead of a negative outcome. Okay, so these are three techniques which you can use it for thought management. This is definitely a very big space, but these are the methods which you can use. Let's move on. Now, the second thing what I want to talk about is the 5-second rule. This has really changed my life, and this has really helped me take action in a bigger way. So the Mel Robbins, who is the author of this book, what she says is, mind takes only 5 seconds to hijack your action. Okay, so what you have to do is, let us say you have decided some goal to achieve. Let's say I want to record my video. She says within 5 seconds you get moving, right? You just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just start doing what you are supposed to do. Because if you will not do it, either you will get into the mode of a positive thinking or negative thinking. Now both of them are bad, because they stop you from taking action, right? Either you are daydreaming about the positive outcome of the future, or you are worried and having the fear, right? So she says, like, you whatever action you have to take, just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and get going in the action. And what it'll do is it'll seize the mind, it'll seize the activity of mind, and you will be just focused and the centered on the task. So same thing. So if I have to record a video, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get started. If I have to edit the video, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get started. I have to design a thumbnail, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get started. So this really has helped me increase my productivity, and I would recommend that you should also use this rule. It will help you in a bigger way. Okay, let's move on. Focus and discipline, right? I call it a discipline. Why I call it a discipline? Because in 1980s, 95% of the CEOs of the Fortune 500 company had a background in defense, right? Most of them had served in army. So that is something where you learn focus and discipline. That's a place where you learn focus and discipline. And I still believe that, if in our country there is a mandatory rule that everybody has to serve at least for 1 year in force, then trust me, we will become a better human being for sure, right? So very, very important. Focus and discipline is very important if you are thinking of becoming a CEO or the company owner. What you need is a monomaniacal laser beam focus. You cannot be somebody who is a lost and the foggy and a perplexed kind of a person, right? I mean, you have to be a confident decision maker in a company, which is not possible without being a focused and without being disciplined. Okay, remember this: monomaniacal laser beam focused person, right? This is where you should striving for. Okay, let's move on. Now, this 4 blocker comes from a book called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, which is written by Dr. Stephen Covey. And Brian Tracy says time management is life management, right? Because what is life made up of? It is made up of time. And what in this book, what Dr. Stephen Covey says is, there are 4 types of task. Okay, there are tasks which you need to manage, you need to focus on, you need to avoid, and you need to limit. And when you look at the sense of urgency and importance of the task, if you look from that standpoint, the tasks which are important and urgent that you need to manage, the tasks which are important but not urgent that you need to focus on, and the tasks which are urgent but not important, you need to avoid it, and the tasks which are neither important nor urgent, you have to limit to it, right? So for example, there is an urgent report which you have to send, right, which is important. That's the first thing which you have to focus. But let's say you have to plan for 2020. I mean, it is not urgent right now, but isn't it important, right? So I'll not talk about 3 and 4 because they are mostly, 4 is a time waster and 3 can be avoided. It's a urgent but not that important. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to start using these 4 blockers. If you're already using, great. If you're not using, start using the 4 blocker and start placing your task in this 4 blocker and start living only in 1 and 2. Just avoid and eliminate 3 and 4. Okay, so let's move on. And this is my favorite: read, 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 right? Warren Buffett, even at the age of 89, reads 80% of the time, and he still reads 500 pages. If he is doing it right now, can't we read even 10 pages every single day? Because until unless you don't read, your mind is not going to change, right? And trust me, if you will read only 12 books this year, one book every month, for example, let's say you make a commitment in 2020 that I am going to read 1 book every single month. Trust me, by the end of 2020, in terms of a content, you will beat 99% people in the world, because probably they will not even read a single book. That is what statistics says. And you move to the top 1%, right? You will become more confident, you will become more influential, and the new ideas and the new knowledge what you gain will change your life, right? So this is all I wanted to talk about. These are habits which according to me is a $1 billion habits. Go implement and make the 2020 remarkable, right? Thank you so much for listening to me, and this is all I wanted to talk about today.